Hello, my name is Brent Farris. I'm from the Bearded Man Studios, and in the last supplemental video for the assignment, I said that I would tell you why I can do this weird return line here and it still be a part of this line. This is all considered to be one line. So, in C++ and in many languages, other than something like Python, spaces do not matter. I can get rid of that space, this space, I can get rid of all these spaces and cram it together and it will work just fine. So, what we take from that is that spaces don't matter. If spaces don't matter, then obviously I can have as many spaces as I want and it won't matter. So if I did that, it would be fine. We try to keep ourselves having pretty code, so we're not going to be doing things like that, especially in a production environment. So I can make this line into 2 by doing it after the stream operator. I could also do it before the stream operator. This will work just fine because the return lines and the white spaces don't matter. So it can look like this, or it could look like this. It could look like anything at all. The key to a line being a line is this semicolon at the end, also known as a terminator. This terminator tells us that the line is over. So if I had all these separated out like this and weirdness like this, this whole thing knows that it's done because the terminator at the end here. If you do not put this, you will have an error. As you can see, it will not work. We'll cover how to problem solve errors soon enough. So, I just wanted to get that across. White spaces don't matter, and return lines and tabs and all of that. So this terminator is the key. So I want to start on something new in this video called a variable. If you think of a variable is a box. A lot of people call it a jar that you could put stuff in. So I like to think of variables as a nice compartment. Like let's say a compartment in your wallet. So you have your wallet and it has a bunch of card slots. Can I put an elephant in that card slot? No. Can I put a coin? Well, I guess I could. Let's keep it simple. Can I put like a horse or a giraffe? Can I put my sister in that card slot? No. What will fit in that card slot? A card slot. So card slots can carry card slots only, or cards only. So a variable has a specific type. Let's use int. This int, and I'm just going to call this x equals 0. This x is of type int. This is an integer. An integer is a whole number. 4.2 is not an integer. 4, 7, 13, 1,000,162, those are all integers. -7, -54, those are integers as well. So I can only put integers into this int data type. X, this x here is an int. That's why we say int x. So we say what data type we're using, a whole number. We give it a name. This can be anything. I could do that if I wanted to. I can name this anything, but x is simple enough. And I can say equals. You all know what equals is. I'm pretty sure that you've passed basic mathematics classes. 0. So x is 0. What if I wanted to make x 6? I would just put 6 there. Alright, great. This variable is cool. Why is it important? Let me show you. If I had a cout, my fave number is 9. Cout is your fave number 9. Alright, so notice that I'm putting 9 twice. Okay? If I ran this, it's going to say 9 and 9 there together. What if my new number, my new favorite number, turned to 5? I would have to go everywhere that I use the number 9 and say 5, 5. So I had to change it twice. So imagine if I had 100 lines with it saying my favorite number is 5, is your favorite number 5, whose favorite number is 5. What if I kept doing that? I would have to go through and change every single time 5 happened, 100 times. So, what if there was a way for us to store this number and reuse it? Well, there is. In this integer, I can say x, or let's make this, instead of x, let's call this my fave number. So my fave number equals 9. What I can do is I could take this my fave number and put it everywhere where my favorite number is. So I'm going to say cout stream my fave number is my fave number. Is your fave number my fave number? Now, you say this looks like this. This is a word and this is a word. Here's the key difference. This whole thing is surrounded by quotation marks. When I surround words with quotation marks, it is now not a variable. It is words. So this is a variable. It has no quotation marks. So if I ran this, it's going to say 9 in both those slots. Great. Now I'm going to say my favorite number is 5. I'm just going to change it here where the variable is, and it changes everywhere I use that variable, just like in math. So variables are extremely powerful. You want to get used to them. So I want to make a note about my variable naming system here. This is called camel case naming. Notice every time I start a new word, so this is technically 3 words that I use for this variable name. It could be anything, like I said. I could name this pickles, like that. However, my fave number is easy for me to understand, and when I'm looking at my code, I say, oh, this has to do with my favorite number. So you see, it starts off lowercase. This can start off uppercase. However, the convention, if I change it here, I have to change it everywhere I used it. So I'd have to change it here and here. This works fine. Alright? But the convention is variable names start with a lowercase letter. Then each next word in that variable name starts with an uppercase letter. This is just a convention that we use, and it makes things look nice compared to what they could look like. Of course, this could be my fave number, and that would just be ridiculous. Look how ugly that is. I can't even read which word is which. So this convention of using camel case is very nice, and we can actually read it. So that's it for this introduction to integer variables. And now your assignment is to do basically this, but the difference is that I want you to make 5 lines with the conversation. It could be a conversation just meaning something like this: you echoing out some words and then the number. So you're going to make 5 things, and you're going to be able to change one number and change them all. So basically you have 5 lines kind of like this, and you're using an integer variable to describe let's say how many days until Christmas or something like that. You can come up with whatever you want if you're not the Christmas type. So yeah, I will see you in the next video to show you how to do the assignment.